was like, I gotta wear Iron Roots just to represent too.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I wore that one this morning. Is all sweaty and gross now.
All right. So
How do I do
they're
this
not
thing?
plugged in.
Okay.
This is just for looks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can move it, put it wherever you want,
I feel
but
like I'm talking into
yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah, get closer and stuff like that. All right. Well, welcome to Grind to Grow, and today we have a special guest
Hello.
all the way from Tennessee.
Woohoo.
Welcome.
Hi.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty
Yeah.
good.
So 2-hour drive,
2 hours. Yeah.
not bad.
Beautiful drive.
So we were messaging back and forth yesterday, and she's like, "I'm coming." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
He's like,
You have
I
to
sent
be-
you the Zoom. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm driving over there.
Yeah, I was like, "All right, this is great." Okay. So this is the first ever podcast where somebody drives
Yeah.
to do this. So I feel very fortunate.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For taking the time, because I know, with life and this and that, and it's not easy sometimes to make time for just extra. For me, this is fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I really, really appreciate you coming and
Thanks for
talking.
having me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love this. So let's start juggling.
Yep.
Okay, why?
Because it's fun.
That's literally the first thing I say to people. It's
yeah,
fun.
it's so much fun.
Yeah.
No, I saw this. So the first time I saw it was Steph Sorensen. That video that went viral came across my feed, and I was like, "What? You can do that?"
Yeah.
And shortly after that, she started her subscription, and so I joined, and she's been guiding me ever since. So I was hooked immediately. Before I even flipped a bell, I was like, I'm gonna do that.
How long you been with Steph?
A year and a half, a little over a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been a wild ride.
Yeah. Wow. So you went to New York, and then I met you in Arizona.
Yes.
Okay. What was like difference between both of those two events?
Well, for me personally, going to New York was extremely nerve-wracking. I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been around other jugglers. And New York is scary to me anyways, as a big city. So I was a ball of nerves the entire weekend. And then going into NAKJO in Arizona, I was there to have fun, and that's what I did. The community at both times were great. Extremely supportive, awesome atmosphere, great energy. The difference was nerves versus having fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my first time competing in Arizona. And I went with the same mindset. I'm going to go have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what's going to happen. Don't know how my body's going to react. Don't know if the kettlebell is going to follow me or whatever, right? Just going to go have fun. And it was like from day one, we got there to do the workshops. And I was just like, I just want to learn.
Yeah.
Because all these are pros.
I was so sad I missed the workshops, except for Fridays.
Yeah.
Because of my flight times. But Fridays, I learned so much in just that one little shop.
Right.
From Sean and Baker. Like, it was wild.
Yeah, like I did an episode with Patrick, who lives in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I told him, like, there was at one point like 40 of us or something, and we did a whole thing together. And like, it takes great coaching,
Yes.
first of all. But the build up to that was just perfect.
Yeah.
You know? No, it was such a great experience. But for me, it was fun and nervous. Because it's the first time competing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what this is going to look like.
That's what New York felt like.
Yeah, and then you have like Beto, Sean, Jared, like all these people.
The mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, well, but then your routine was insane too. We were like, wait, and that one. And then another one, they're like, wait, what? You can do that? Yeah, so it was insane.
Thank you.
It was insane. How long did it take you to come up with that whole thing?
A little while. So after New York, I started just playing with different combos. So the programs I did in New York, Steph made for me. And then the one in NAKJO I made myself. She gave me some combos to try and play with, and then I built off of those.
Nice.
And then I built a program with her input. And I just kind of played with some combos, see what worked, and then kind of pieced them together and see what flowed well. And I just wanted to have a pretty performance. I didn't care what the points were. I didn't even count the points up until they were like, you have to send in your program. I was like, oh yeah, there's that. So I had no idea what it was worth. I didn't care. I was just like, this feels pretty.
Yeah, this is great. Okay, I landed. It was on paper.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So can I do this over and over and over again?
Yeah.
All right, cool, it's in.
Yeah. So, did like from New York to Arizona, like you started immediately with that routine?
I started immediately building new combos and just experimenting.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what I'm doing now. I'm experimenting again with more combos.
You going to London?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes, I am.
That's awesome.
It's yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, but I was like, because financially it's a big ticket thing, but
It is.
I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah. There's ways to do it.
Yeah.
There's ways to do it.
But I've got some very helpful people in my life who are gonna help me make this happen.
So this is to all my clients. She's got people helping her. Help me out, please.
Help us. It's really hard.
We gotta represent.
We're not
the US.
sponsored athletes.
I know, right? I know. We're trying right now.
Yeah, come
We're
on,
trying.
see that?
We're trying. Although they've been great.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
They've been amazing.
Yes.
And yeah, that's been one of the talks I've had with all my clients. The whole how these things have come together. You know, have happened. There is no sponsorship.
No.
But there is a lot of support between, like, well, the coaches, the athletes, and people like Ziva that have helped put this together.
Oh yeah.
You know. So what do you use currently?
So it depends on the weight now.
Okay.
So for my 8 kilo, I use the Titan.
Okay.
Because I just started using the Titan. I got it in Arizona, and I love it.
Okay,
8 kilo, but 12, 16, and 6 Ziva. The 12 and the 16 Ziva spins perfectly.
Yeah.
It's amazing. 6 Ziva or Bells of Steel.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's what I have here. I order a set from Bells of Steel, and 6-1 spins perfect.
Yeah.
10 not so good.
No.
Yeah, and then I have a Titan, a 16, and you can't spin that thing.
That's what I heard. It's so funny because depending on the brand and the weight, that's what changes it. Because I've heard a few people say 16 Titans aren't great, but 8 and 10, fantastic. So,
Okay.
and I can't. Yeah, the 8 Titan, I love it so much.
Okay. Yeah, I only have one Titan.
Yeah.
And then after that, I found them Bells of Steel. And they had a sale, and I'm like, ooh, they have competition ones. Okay, let me get some and try them out. And I like how they feel. They're similar to Kettlebell Kings, but they spin better.
Yeah.
Kettlebell Kings, I haven't tried like the smaller ones or the lighter ones, so I don't know how they spin.
I haven't tried any of them.
So
I just haven't had them.
Yeah.
I had to order. So at my gym, we have a bunch of hard style, but we didn't have. The only competition style we had is like a 32, and I'm not looking at that.
Yeah. No.
And a 10. We had a 10. We have a couple 10s. But yeah, for flipping wise, I had to order everything, and now I have this small. I think I have 10 kettlebells of my own.
Nice.
Just in the corner.
Yeah. I started with an off-brand on Amazon, the 30-pounder.
Yeah.
Terrible decision. too heavy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can snatch 52. I can throw a third. No.
Yeah.
You can.
No.
And learned that real quick, and I was like, okay, let me go to another one. And they did great. So like right behind you, see that green one?
Oh,
Opened
yeah.
up. Yeah, that's from people like, is this how it's made? I'm like, it is how it's made by myself.
Yeah, I
dropping
made it.
it so many times. It's custom.
Yeah.
But it is fun to try different ones to see which one like works best for you.
Oh, for sure.
It's funny how if we all have the one like, okay, this is the one that I'm going to use. You know.
Yeah. So I started with Bells of Steel, actually a 4 kilo, because I didn't know. I just ordered the lightest one, and it was so light, and you have to just barely flick it.
Yeah.
And which was really good in the long run because I had to learn control.
Right.
And then I got a 6, and then I got an 8 Eleco, and I trained on that, and that's actually what I used in New York.
Okay.
Then I got a Ziva, and at first I was like, I can't. This isn't working. I can't throw triples. It's like throwing cricket. It was me. It wasn't the bell. It was me. Then I was obsessed. I love Ziva. Like, I would still use a Ziva 8 until I got the Titan, and I was like, whoa, this is like a Ziva and an Eleco combined. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the best of both.
See, the first time I touched one was in Spain with Carlos. Like, the first day I went over there to train, he went into like this closet and pulled out all the special kettlebells, and I'm like, that's where you keep him. So like this 3, I keep him over there on the other side of the bar, and my friends are like, why over there? And I'm like, because they're special.
Those are the special. Yeah.
Those are special.
Yeah, my little collection is away from all the other kettlebells. I'm like, these are my babies. Y'all can use them if you want, but not that. Don't touch that one.
Yeah, put them back, clean it, put them back. Yeah, no, Arizona was such a great experience.
It was amazing.
Like, just to be there, and the learning part was awesome, but just to see everybody move and in real life.
Yeah.
Because you see people online and like, oh, okay, is this person real? Is she real? Is he real? And then you see them like, okay, they do exist.
And seeing some of the people I saw in New York again, it was like a little family reunion. It felt amazing.
Yeah.
Because I am alone 90% of the time. I'm not a very people-y person, but there, I'm like, I love all of you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah. I came back and everybody was like, it looked like you were just at a playground having so much fun. Like,
it's a big party.
We did. We were like, from day one all the way to the end. And like, I was sad that I missed Sunday because I wanted to do the half marathon, but we had to come back.
I love the half marathon.
Yeah, that's the only one that I kind of trained for. And I was like, I think I can do this. But yeah, anyways, it was. I saw the videos and I saw. Yeah.
Well, Zoe did it with 12 kilos, and I was like, should I?
Yeah.
I didn't, because I did the 16 for power, and I was
like,
I'm pretty good.
I was excited to do that one because I didn't really train that much for Arizona. I wasn't really gonna compete because with a bunch of weird stuff that's happening to my body that I do not understand. We won't go into it. And then
it's called getting older.
Right, that's what people keep telling me. Like,
I'm in the same boat.
Don't want to accept it, but okay, that's probably true. And then when we got there, my fiance was like checking on me all the time, like, are you okay? How you feeling? And from day one, from workout one, no pain whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, let's just ride this out. And hopefully nothing happens. Nothing did. And I was extremely happy with everything. And even performance-wise, like going into doing the routine and the freestyle and all this stuff, I was like, love it. I take it.
I would have had no idea that you were like dealing with anything because you were on fire. Like your whole style is amazing. I describe you as when I'm talking about different jugglers. I'm like, yeah, and at least he's spicy. His style is spicy.
Nice. I like it.
I'm like, he's so spicy.
Yeah, I like it. I was told by Tomas because we were doing something and he's like, you need to slow down. Man. Just slow down. And that does help for some things. But when they said 15 seconds for the freestyle, I'm like, oh, so that means like 30 flips, and that's what went into my head. So
you can do it though, everybody.
So that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going to do at all. I was just like, let's see what happens.
That's what in New York I had no freestyle, like nothing. This time I had a little bit because I've been working on it a little bit, but I've still immediately eliminated, which I expected. But no, y'all watch out because in London I'm coming with some freestyle games.
Nice,
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I want to. At the moment, I'm working on strengthening a little bit more so I can push the 16.
Yeah, that 16 is rough.
With a little bit more ease, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word because throwing 30 elements, you know, it's it's just insane.
I know.
I do. Yes. So I touched 16 once over there.
Yeah.
Like I did like 3 things. I'm like, okay, I'm done. That's it.
It takes literally everything I have to do it. If I train with 16, there is no training the next day. There's no juggling the next day. I say that I trained 16 yesterday and I juggled this morning. So, and I could feel it.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like I'm hanging on for dear life. And then you got like Justin just making it look so easy.
Yeah, sometimes I just like, it's like awesome and then kind of angry, jealous at the same time. They're like, really, dude? I'm like, but I think I can do it. Not yet. I'm not there yet. But no, yeah, it's so awesome to see them. Everybody, really.
Yeah.
Like everybody performing was just awesome.
Yeah.
It was such a great experience because for me, it kind of coming back and gave me that push to like, okay, yes, we are competing, and you do want to do better.
Yeah.
Right? You do want to improve, and for me, that's the push. Seeing everybody constantly putting stuff out, and I'm like, man, I gotta put stuff out. I'm getting behind, you know. I'm trying not to overthink it too much because we get this and this and that, and I'm trying to pace myself more on the training.
Yes. Doing smaller blocks.
Yeah, and like recovery too, because like you said, I'm getting old, and it's like, okay, shoulders felt it. Tomorrow is mobility.
Yeah.
And I'm spending an hour on the foam roll.
Yep.
Because I'm done.
Yeah.
And I have one of my clients right now that we've been doing a few things here and there. And he's doing 10 kilos.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, how? And I'm like, it does. It happens. You'll get there.
Yeah, you build up to it.
Yeah, you build up to it. But it's also interesting and funny to see people that never done it pick up even a light one and just do like 2-3 things. Like, okay, are we done? I'm like, that was just a small drill. We're getting warmed up. Yeah. And I was telling my fiance, like, workshop on Thursdays. The workshop on Thursday was like back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
I've never touched a kettlebell that many times in one day. And I was like, what is going on?
There was a lot of people that were like, whoo, we're tired.
Yeah. And then, like, I was like, I had to talk to myself a lot, like, okay, just put it down, come back, and still be there. Don't go crazy. But yeah, I'm excited about London and see what.
Are you going? Are you going to try to go?
That's the goal.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's the goal. Yeah. Awesome. We're also planning our wedding right now.
Yeah.
And it's
get married in London.
Well, I don't. I think my fiance deserves just a wedding by itself, not competition wedding, because she deserves that, So it's gonna be somewhere in November.
Yeah.
I don't know which weekend.
So back to back.
So it could be like London, Mexico. Like, I don't know. We'll see. So I'm gonna need to start like selling some organs or something to pay for everything, because that's gonna be expensive. But yeah. So like with your training, how many days are you training right now?
Usually 6. But it just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Like every day is a little bit different. I have a rough schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, or Friday and Saturday are my big grill job working days. So I have to train in the mornings, and I'm usually juggling or doing CrossFit.
Okay.
Wednesday, Thursday gets a little weird. It just depends on what I'm doing. So I'm in the woods a lot on those days.
Okay.
So I try to juggle every day. With 1 day rest for the week, which usually rest is hiking somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah, it just depends on what my body's feeling like, and if I used 16, because if I juggle with 16 for 20 minutes, I'm not doing anything the next day. Like, my body's not having it.
I don't remember the last time I juggled with, I have a 30-pounder.
Yeah.
For like more than 3 minutes. There is no way.
Yeah. Because I'm strong because I'm large. Like everyone's like, you're so strong. I'm like, well, I'm also not. I'm a big woman. Like I'm 5'8", 220 pounds. Like, so I've got the weight behind me to move the weight. But oh boy, it's got that. I need to build that stamina.
Yeah, but then it's also interesting that you also have to like explain to people how it's not, even though you're strong and you have that ability, you still have to learn the skill, the control, the it's not
the
just
timing.
Yeah. And like I tell people, okay, look, it's 10 and 2.
Yeah.
You let go, you receive.
Yeah.
It's right here. Anything over that, like either you're chasing that kettlebell or too early or whatever.
And what's funny is, like, I think my form is better with the heavier bell because there is no room for error. You either have it or you don't. And if it's not in that pocket, it's gone.
Well, it's taking you with you.
Yeah. It's like it's over. With the 8, I have more wiggle room to correct. If I catch it in the wrong spot, I can usually fix it. Unless it's a really off. Which is an advantage I have, but that 16 does not let me do that. So using the 16 makes me better at the 8. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then the 12 is just fun now because the 16, I'm dying. The 8 is fun and pretty. And then the 12 is like, now we're working, but not too hard.
Right, yeah. Yeah, like my warm up is like super light and then we go heavy and then we go back to the 12.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now I can work on those combos or maybe on that specific whatever combination and try to land it.
Yeah.
And it does seem to work, going through those heavier, more simple flips and combinations, and then dropping weight and going to something a little more complex. Yeah.
And then so right now we're doing a lot of drills, trying to like reel in some of the basic mills and making sure my 10 and 2 is good, like my release and but it's a never-ending process. Like as soon as you have one thing you think you have it down, then you increase the number of flips completely different, or change the direction you're facing. It's never-ending.
Yeah.
And then when you throw freestyle in there, it's like never gonna stop learning.
I know. Yeah. Like I made more friends after Arizona.
Yeah.
More people. I found more people found me, and there seems to be a little bit more freestyle out there.
I feel like freestyle is more accessible.
Yeah.
Because it's not as with classic, it's bigger and grander, but more structured, and the rules, and everyone's a little bit confused. Thank God for Steph explaining it all to me and guiding me. But yeah, freestyle, it's like breakdancing. It's accessible. Anything goes. Yeah. I mean, there's no limit to the creation. Like Jerome and it's wild.
It is.
Yeah, I'm in Shada and like Colin, just watching them, I'm like, wow. And I try to mimic some of it and I try to learn some of it, but yeah, freestyle is not my jam at all.
No, I started with freestyle. Again, same thing, like you said, it's just everything goes and everything goes, right? And then got to Spain and Carlos was like, all right, no, we're gonna
Classic.
Yeah, well, we need to, if you want to go from one to the other one, it's possible, but now you gotta pay attention to, you gotta get into the those details.
Yeah.
Your stance, the catch, the release.
What your feet are doing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like how do you, when you turn, what there's a 90 or 270 or whatever, high, because I was throwing right here, and again I was like, right here, and I'm like, dude, you keep punching the kettlebell, that's why.
Yeah.
So learning that, and it was having a coach to like cue you, or like, okay, now do it this way, let's try this, going back to basics, let's just work on that simple meal and just perfect it.
Yeah.
Then we do doubles and stuff like that. So like I told Patrick, like, new people, get a coach.
Get a coach.
Yeah.
Get a coach.
Get a coach. Like there is many out there that we can tell you, we can refer you to.
Great, and they all do like remote, so you don't have to worry about finding one close to you. Steph is in Michigan. Yeah. And look, Sean's in Canada, he coaches. Mako, he's in Panama, he coaches.
Yeah.
Like, Colin has a subscription. subscribe if you want to. I subscribed to them so I could start learning freestyle stuff because I was like, I want to learn.
Yeah.
And I got some things and I can occasionally put a good flow together, but it's rare and far in between. Like I'll post the good stuff. I don't post all the when I got it.
I think it's kind of fun sometimes to just post a few bloopers here
Oh,
and there.
I'll make a full fail video. Like here's how it really is. I fail 80% of the time. 20% of the time, I'll get something going.
Well, you have like a 20-second clip of like pretty and everything, the perfect catch, and then you have like 20 minutes of fails.
Failing.
You know,
that's reality.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to be okay with failing with juggling. Like, 'cause some people it bothers them, so they'll quit. Like they'll start and I'm not catching on fast enough, so I have to quit. No, man, you're just gonna failing is part of the process.
And I think
a very
that's what
important part.
having a coach makes it huge different. Even if somebody there to like, you just slow down, put it down and come back.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna get more mad, and then it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And like the only way I can kind of describe it or like compare it is with like double unders.
Yeah.
Jump rope. Like some days you have it, some days you don't.
Yeah.
And I've told this to people. It's like you either somewhere over here that you're not paying attention to what you're doing, and it's just not happening.
Yeah.
Your feet are not responding to your hands, so put it down and come back.
Yeah, that muscle memory is not going anywhere. So just
Yeah, and that's one thing that I learned from John when we did our dual freestyle. We were like,
which was amazing.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was like, that came out first time. Good.
I had no idea. They called you guys up, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be fun."
Yeah, I was like, look at our sizes, guys. Yeah.
You should have put you like on the shoulders. You guys should have.
See, that's gonna be the next one. Okay. All right, John, we got work to do.
I'm here for ideas.
Yeah, right there you go. Love it. I love it. But it was the way he did it, and it was all to his credit. Because he was like, we did one thing. I'm like, okay, we'll come back. And that's what we did, and we pieced it together.
Yeah.
And then it happened. Like you can say, everything happened perfect on stage.
Yeah.
But it was piecing together 2-3 at a time, coming back and do it again.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to do the whole thing.
All at one time. Yeah.
So going back to like those small sessions, just work on that combo, work on that mill.
Yeah.
Just learn it like the back of your hand and get super, super comfortable, efficient. Right? Even whether it feels different, 16 to 8.
Yeah.
It does feel like you need, we're looking for power and this and that. But one thing that I like to teach my clients is being efficient. Like if you don't use your whole body, this game you have to.
Yeah.
It's not just like a guitar. No. Like you have to use your whole body to create that power.
There's so much legs.
I know. Yeah.
So, my background is CrossFit, and then from CrossFit I got into Olympic weightlifting, and I think a lot of the power that I have is derived from that, because you have to have a lot of power to get the weight off the floor and above your head, and it's that transfers directly over to kettlebell juggling. Like, I forgot what the word is, but anyways, generating power from the ground up. That's all it is, and then your arms just control it.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They're like straps. You just.
Pretty much. Yeah. How long did you do weightlifting? Are you still doing it?
No. I'm mostly just juggling now. Like I'll do a couple CrossFit workouts just to try to keep some cardio going. Not that juggling's not cardio, because it can be. But yeah. No, I haven't touched a barbell in a long time.
So I've seen videos of you like deadlifting and stuff.
Yeah. It's been, I did weightlifting. I competed in that for a few years, just locally, nothing crazy. I did a short stint in powerlifting because at the time the records in Tennessee were very low. It was a low bar to break, and so I was like, I bet I can break those, and then I did.
Nice.
And then they've since been broken because, again, I didn't set them very high either, but I did it just enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all that strength from weightlifting and powerlifting, and hand-eye coordination. I just kind of have. Like I spun rifles in high school for ROTC, so that kind of just came a little bit naturally. And I've always loved kettlebells. Like when I started CrossFit, our instructor was I think it's RKC kettlebell certified. And we did a lot of kettlebell work back then. CrossFit doesn't use kettlebells that much anymore unless they're just doing like swings and that's it.
Farmer's carry.
Yeah. And so when I do CrossFit workouts like today, we had they had like dumbbell hang cleans or hang snatches, and I was like, or kettlebell snatch.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, I just sub kettlebells in for everything, and I love them so much. Yeah, flipping them is amazing.
It is. Yeah. I when I opened this place, because I was working at a gym, and they had a similar program.
Yeah.
Similar program to CrossFit. It was almost seemed like a lot of gyms or whatever take that concept and make their own.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what it was, but it was all dumbbells or kettlebells.
Yeah.
There was no barbells. So when I opened this, I was like, I'm gonna do just kettlebells. Because even though it gets confused, they're like, are you doing CrossFit? And I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
And I don't really care that they mistake it for CrossFit, because we do like some of the workouts and stuff like that come from CrossFit.
Yeah.
You know, your AMRAP,
CrossFit is just the brand.
Yeah.
But the training style is great.
Yeah. So, and I was like, it's just gonna be kettlebells, and there's a few coaches in town and studios that do use kettlebells.
Yeah.
But no sports, no juggling whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is
just all hard style stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, and then that's the other one, teaching somebody from our style to sports style. Tell people you're moving like a robot. That's why the kettlebell's hitting over there.
Yeah.
You know. But it was, I wouldn't say it was an easy transition for me to go from hardstyle to sport, because I did a few kettlebell sports competitions.
Yeah.
Loved it.
See, I
So much
didn't
fun.
even know kettlebell sport was a thing until I started getting into juggling. And then I started seeing kettlebell sport, and I was like, what is this? I would like to do that one day. I just haven't.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes of snatches. I'm like, that's my thing. You stick me with one movement and just tell me to do it for an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that's why I like hiking so much. It's very meditative.
Yeah.
Just, okay.
Yeah.
That's why I love the half marathon.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You just put me there, just put the music on, and I'm just like, all right, we'll just flip this for 30 minutes.
You
all right.
cleared everything and just go. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I did a few 10-minute competitions, and it's a different challenge from kettlebell juggling.
Oh yeah.
You know, completely different. You still have to rely on your endurance, your strength, but it's also because now you're looking at timing, you're looking at pace.
Your pace.
You know, and it's like you can't get ahead of yourself, because if you do, you're gonna blow your forearms and then or your shoulders or whatever. But it's fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. So I'm hoping to touch a few of those, not this year, but the following year.
Yeah.
Once I get my fake shoulders, so I can compete again.
Get your bionic shoulders.
Exactly. Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Like, what's it called? Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
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 Need 2 of those. Can we do that, please? Yeah. But yeah. It's like I tell people, there's competitions with kettlebells, and they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, like legit competitions with you can travel and this and that. That's one thing that I want to start here, because there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Like the closest kettlebell sport gym is in Charlotte.
Oh wow.
And they do, I don't know if it's just kettlebell sports, but they do offer those classes. There's some stuff in Atlanta. I know some coaches, they do a lot of kettlebell stuff. But anything nearby is basic stuff.
Yeah.
So when I came back from Arizona, I was like, it's my time to start something.
Well, I kind of have a similar idea. I want to start like a kettlebell club, kind of like Zoe and Ryan had, Phoenix Bell Flow. It's like I'd like to do something similar to that in Knoxville. I'm not certified to train anybody in anything. I do kickboxing training and that's it. And it's like cardio kickboxing. I'm not training anybody to fight, just training you to hit the bag and not hurt yourself. But I already snagged K-Town Kettlebell Club on Instagram. Like,
Nice.
So I want to make that happen.
Nice.
I just have to find the time.
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I have a workshop coming up this Saturday.
Yes, yeah.
Here, and it's, whether there's one person shows up or 5 or whatever, it doesn't matter. But that's kind of like, just want to keep that ball rolling.
Yeah,
And just kind of get like one more and like reach out to everybody and like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Come check it out. Or even, I was telling one of my clients, going into other studios, like, give me 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me jump into one of your classes, show this, walk you through like some drills, where there's like flow, freestyle, and stuff like that, and like just an introduction of this to get more people, because nobody knows.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know until like 2 years ago when I saw Colin.
Yeah, it was, Steph, I had no idea. I never even crossed my mind to flip a kettlebell, like, ever, until I saw her. And the entire, like, this whole world just opened up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I saw somebody flip a kettlebell was my previous gym.
Mm-hmm.
2 coaches were throwing a kettlebell at each other, just a single flip.
Yeah.
They were just catching. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But that was it.
Yeah.
And then fast forward a few years later, here comes Colin. And I'm like, now you can do that.
It's so funny. He's the second person I saw, because when I got with Steph, and then she was like recommended certain bells, so I ordered the bells of steel 4 kilo. And then of course I started getting ads on my Instagram and Facebook for bells of steel, and it was Colin doing the freestyle stuff, and I was like, what? Because she does classic, and then he's doing freestyle, and it just blew my mind.
Yeah. The caliber of some of these people is just insane. But for me, it's like, okay, it's possible. Now, how do I do it?
Yeah.
Without blowing my shoulders.
Oh, I straight up grabbed the 10 kilo, the one little competition bell. It's not very good. It's not for flipping. But we had it, and I was like, trying.
Yeah.
I was like trying to flip it. I was like, I need somebody to tell me how to do this. I tried, when I first saw Colin, I didn't have a competition one. All I had was just the hardstyle
ones. And I knew, like, you can't really flip those more than once.
Yeah.
Because if you try a double, it's really hard to catch it, So I was like, I'm going to wait until I get my competition one. But I didn't know that there was brands, there was all these different things. I'm like, I'm cheap. Amazon's gonna have one.
Yeah.
They have everything. And it's a really good bell. The only bad thing about those bells is that it's super slippery.
Yeah.
So I did like let go a few times, but it was surprisingly really good.
Nice and balanced.
I do not remember the brand, but it was great. So when I ordered the other ones, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick with this brand because it works. When I ordered the third one, which was the same weight as the previous one, ended up being a kid size.
Oh.
And I'm like, what is this?
What did I do?
I'm like, I know I'm a small guy, but I need just legit. This is low. And it doesn't flip the same.
Yeah.
It's just like the one over there. See the orange one?
Yeah.
It's a kid's one.
It does look smaller,
Yeah. So I don't use it. Every time I see it, I kind of get mad. I'm like, I should have sent it back.
Why did Amazon do this to me?
Yeah, I know. But they don't have that brand anymore, which I'm sad because, again, it was such a good bell for a really good price. And right now, we need like affordable.
Yeah.
Everything's so expensive.
Yeah, I need to order a 20 kilo because I need something a little bit, if I can train with 20, that'll make the 16 feel a little bit lighter. And we don't have, like, it's my 16 is the only flippable. After that, we have an 18, but it's not, you can barely flip. I did reverse flips for a challenge with it once, and that's it. That's all I could do with it. And then it jumps from 18 to 32. And I was like, now, as a personal, I did pick it up, and I tried two-hand flipping it, and I can get like 5 reps in and then put it down, but it takes everything I got. I'm just like, I want to see if I can do it. Two hands.
Two hands,
Yeah,
okay.
both hands, reverse flip, it's either reverse or simple, and that's it. I'm not trying anything else with that.
Ooh, yeah. I think the heaviest one I touched in Arizona was a 20.
Yeah.
It was like a brand new Ziba. It was sitting on the grass, and I'm like, okay, they're like 4 things. I'm done.
I did a 2-1-2 with the 20. Just a, it was a 2, 1, and then 2.
I did 1 meal, simple. That was it. And then like, cause everything was feeling so good, I'm like, I'm not gonna mess this up. No way.
It was all the energy from it. Like I bet if I tried to do it right now, I couldn't do it. But the energy that was there, and it was Zoe was playing with it, and then I was like, well, let me see if I can do it. And it was, you feed off everybody's energy, and you're stronger because everybody's there cheering you on.
It was that. It must be something on the Arizona air because I feel great.
I will tell you the difference between doing the half marathon in New York. I was dripping sweat, and then in Arizona, dry as a bone. I was like, this is nice.
Wow.
30 minutes, and I was sweating, but not like it was dripping in New York.
Did you use the whatnot? No. Okay.
No. So my theory on game, like never try something new on game day.
Right.
So and my hands are used to, like I have CrossFit hands, so I already have calluses built up.
Yeah.
I didn't rip at all. Like I'm used to it. And I was like, I'm not going to try it because I know I can make it through 30 minutes without ripping.
Right.
And if I try it, something bad could happen. So I use them now for taping my fingers. They're really nice to like tape your fingers together.
That's what I did.
But I was afraid if I put them on my hands, I would not like it and rip it off. So
I don't like people ask me about gloves, and I'm like, I can't. I gotta feel what I'm grabbing.
I don't like gloves. I don't like taping my fingers, but sometimes I have to. Like I have to tape these two together sometimes and these two together. And this one I just whacked it on a box jump. And like, it's not broken, but I jammed my finger on a box jump. I'm like, who does that? Who does that?
Well, I have a better story. So see the medals over there hanging?
Yeah.
There's a set of rings right there. And I hang bands to do different movements or whatever. And I got up on a box and I was changing a band. I don't know if somebody or something pushed the box. It got under me and I landed like this. Pure concrete.
Yeah.
Right? So like both of these fingers from the knuckle, they went backwards.
Ow.
And I split the skin, right? Ow. So like when I like looked at my hand, you can see like my bone sticking out.
Oh my god!
Right? So like
how long ago was this?
That was a little bit more than 2 years.
Okay, so but still, that seems recent.
I saw like this finger looked like a Z.
Oh my god!
Right? And I looked at him like, that doesn't look good. So I like pulled it back in.
Yeah.
And like you can hear that. It popped in. Started bleeding, blah blah blah. And then I was like, I gotta go to the hospital, guys. Because I was doing a class. I was teaching a class. Everyone was like, oh no. So they taped 2 pins. And then they taped my fingers and they took me to the hospital. So I do tape both of these knuckles. Yeah. Because they do kind of hurt after the first punch of the kettlebell. Yeah. So I do have to tape it. Not together because that kind of feels weird, but individually. And it do seem to like, I don't know if it's mental.
I think
it gives us support. Yeah.
A little bit of the support because I'll tape this one right now. I tried taping these two together and it wasn't working out for me, but just taping it by itself was fine. When I was learning, I jammed this one and then I taped these two together for the longest time. And now it's kind of habit to tape them. And then I did break this knuckle, and so I would just tape this pinky up. And it's fine. In the wintertime it hurts, but
same thing. Yeah. Same thing.
But with my job, I heard it anyways. So we haven't been recording at all.
Can you imagine? Start again. Just complete silence for 40 minutes. Nothing. Yeah. And just like, no, we're good. Yeah. But I just wanted to make sure, because don't want to make that mistake again. No.
It's alright. It's still nice because I don't really talk kettlebell juggling with anybody. Like besides messaging stuff back and forth, I don't. And the Instagram interactions, like I don't have anybody in Knoxville that juggles. Trying to like coax some people into it, but I have a few people interested. It's me finding the time because I work Saturdays when most people are off. So my juggling time with other people would be Sunday, but then everyone goes to church. And I'm like, well, guys, and then I work at Sunday afternoons and do family things and Sunday evenings. And like, Sunday morning, you want to juggle with me? It's Sunday morning.
I think you know, it's one of those things like you go through this like trial and error, figure it out, like, oh, this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Nah, okay, let's try this again, or try it another time, another day, or whatever, and like I feel like eventually people will make the time
Yeah.
if they like it, if they want to do it, they
Yeah.
will make the time. So yeah, I'm kind of going through the same thing in my head. I'm like, what's gonna be the best time
Yeah.
to do this? And I think I'm thinking about it too much or overthinking it too much. I'm like, no, just pick a day, pick a time, and just try that for like the first few weeks,
Yeah.
see what happens, move it around if you need to, and then just kind of go from there. Because there is that interest of people like, oh, that looks fun.
Yeah.
That looks fun.
Everyone's like, it looks interesting.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, then come and do it. Don't
Yeah.
just say it. Come and flip a kettlebell.
You got one half that's like, oh, it looks fun, and then the other half is like, I hit myself in the head. No, you won't. No, you won't. That's why you start with the basics, and you build from there. Like I've never come close to hitting myself in the head, excluding wolf flips.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was it. That was gonna be my
Excluding
next
wolf
step.
flip. Like it never
Yeah.
hit me, but it's very scary. That's why I waited so long to try it. Even at NAKJO, everybody's trying wolf flips and getting them, and I was like, still not ready. Nah, I need a helmet. I'm not ready.
Yeah, that's the first comment from people like how many times have you hit your head? And I'm like,
Never.
it was once. It was on a wolf flip,
Yeah.
and the handle like got on my mouth,
Oof.
and I cut the inside of my lip.
Yeah.
Right, so I had like a big old cut. But that's the closest one.
Yeah.
Everything else has been punching the kettlebell.
Hey, yeah. Hands for sure.
Yeah. Toes.
Steel toe shoes.
Yeah, and then for me the most one is my knees.
Yeah.
I just,
I've had a few knee kisses. Before.
you know.
Yeah.
But that's it. No,
Yeah.
like. Because again, like I tell people, like you gotta look at the kettlebell.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
know that it's going. You know.
You know where it's at. You're watching
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
You
and-
move out of the way, or you push it out of the way.
Right, and
Yeah.
like you don't start with an overhead toss.
Yeah.
You know, from day one, it's like you gotta learn how to toss it first.
Yeah.
You just have to do a simple flip. But no, I think with everybody just keep like posting stuff on social media and like us sharing it to each other and tagging and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think eventually we'll get more interest.
Yeah.
And-
Well, it's slowly like there's people like I didn't meet him before, so like from New York to Arizona, there's already I've seen more people kind of getting into it. So it's growing. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. Yeah. That was the first time meeting Patrick in Arizona, and like Tomas and Kenyatta, and like that was
Yeah.
just the first time, and I'm like, all right, so there is more people.
Mhm.
And I didn't know that there was that many in Arizona.
Yeah.
Because then I look at
They've got a good little crew down
it
there.
is, yeah, like here the closest it's gotta be you.
Yeah.
And then
I think
Jerry.
it's funny, we're 2 hours away from each other, and we met in Arizona.
Right? Yeah. And then the next one is Jared.
Yeah.
'Cause he's in.
He's Nashville, so he's
Nashville.
4 hours west of me.
Yeah.
3 or 4 hours, depending on what side he's on.
And
Um,
that's it.
Yeah.
Like those are the. I mean, unless there's some other one
people we don't know
just
about.
hiding that they don't want to show their skills. They're like waiting for London or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have an episode with Jared next Wednesday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a whole nother level
Yeah.
of flow and kettlebell. Like he's a joy to watch because he like goes to another planet when he's got the balance in him.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
he's-
when he did the ropes.
Yeah, that too. Like
Right.
anything that involves flowing, I'm like, he is not of this earth.
Yeah, like I have a decent hand-eye coordination. Like I can like kind of like move, but then like trying the ropes, I'm like I don't feel like I'm doing this right.
The ropes are fun though. Once you
It
get
is.
started, even if it's just the same thing over and over again, you put the right song on, hit that
Yeah.
right beat, and then you're like, oh, here we go, and then you
Yeah.
just start doing stuff.
Yeah, I got my first set of ropes yesterday,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna work on those, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do clubs, I'm gonna do mace, I'm gonna do it, and I got a set of clubs, they're steel,
Yeah.
and then John was like, how heavy? And I'm like, 5. He was like, too heavy.
Yeah.
I was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yep, too heavy. here he goes again. So he's like, go ahead and grab a set of 1 or 2 pounds. Because again, it's flow. It's
Yeah.
just to get the shoulders moving.
Yeah. The clubs are amazing too because of the asynchronicity that you can do and the brain, like we call it brain food. You're working your brain just as much as you are your body, which is, longevity. That's great.
Yeah.
One of my friends, Jamie, she said, you're never going to have Alzheimer's. You just keep building new neurons every time you learn something new and all this sport stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's true because now we look at somebody, whether it's staff, calling, whoever,
Yeah.
and like, okay, break it down. Okay, now they're doing this. So you're breaking it down in your head. At least that's what I do because I want to do it, but then I realize like I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll come back later. Every once in a while, I'll hit something like from somebody. Somebody did some sort of, combo, whatever, and then I hit it.
Yeah.
Much lighter, of course. But then like, okay, all right, now let's build on it. Or I try to like mimic a lot of people, what they're doing to get that creativity going.
Yeah.
Because then that helped me put something together. And I've noticed that lately, like I have a board back there and I just write stuff.
Oh yeah, on my phone, my notes app.
Yeah.
I'll be working, grooming a dog, and an idea will come in my head, and I'm like, okay, we need to write this down real quick, and then try it. Or what happens a lot of time at night, as I'm going to sleep, I'm thinking about kettlebell combos, and then this the next day, I'm like, okay, let's try it, and I go by how it feels. Like if it feels like it's fighting me back, then I just abandon it, and I go to something that feels more natural to me specifically. But that's just how I've been creating the combos lately. It's like this leads right into this, and it feels really nice to go into this, and then go from there. So, and then I go to sleep thinking about kettlebell combos.
It's not a bad thing, It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I go to bed thinking about the coffee I'm gonna have next morning. Yeah. No, but I do. Yeah. For me, it like being there, just seeing everybody. Because we all, what are we doing? Especially like if you do class.
Yeah.
Even though it's you have the point system and like you can't move your feet and blah blah blah, the bending, right? But we all move our own way. We created our own style, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And like seeing everybody coming back, I'm like, okay. Like I want to get better. I want to get so much better and like beat myself.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely every time when I was at New York, everyone's like, "What's your goal?" And I was like, "Well, going into this one, have fun. 2, have a better score than I did in New York."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's like what's been on my head is like, cause now that they released all the standings on like from.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
who's keeping score?
Cool.
Right, and I was like, okay, that's really cool. All right, so it's like, okay, yes, you wanna beat other people, you wanna, but it's like, okay, I need to better myself so I can get a better score.
Yeah.
So that's like, again, going back to the basics. And
Yep.
like, okay, just perfect that.
Really
Perfect
down
that.
to the
Yeah.
basics, yeah.
And for me, it's like, don't get ahead of yourself because it feels good. And I'm like, oh, now I'm going to try this. And now I'm going to like, nah, and that's how it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you had to deal with any sort of injuries?
Just this pinky is the main injury. Like when I like shattered the knuckle, or I broke it somehow. Like it's pretty jacked up for a while. And I just taped it and I was like, it's fine.
Good.
I deal with, so I have SI joint problems. It's like been consistent for like 10 years as a problem. So going into NAKJO, I was having some hip issues. And I was like, no, I'm going to work through it. Because I know I can. Should I? Probably not. But can I? Yes. And then same thing though. Friday, it was a little sticky. I did some work in the hotel room to kind of loosen it up. Saturday, Sunday, it felt fine.
Yeah.
Now when I got back home, I have a massage lady who like works on me like every 4 to 5 weeks because I have such issues with that hip. But I'm really focusing on like my mobility every single day. It used to be a couple times a week. Now I'm like, no, I have to do it every single day
Right,
because juggling does irritate it because it's so much. It's a lot of hip action. It's a lot of shoulder action.
Yeah.
So it's a constant struggle I deal with. I just deal with it. But yeah, this pinky was not great for a while.
Yeah, I was telling what I have going on with like to one of my clients, and she's like, "You sure you're having something going on? Maybe you built it up in your head." And I'm like, and I started thinking about it. I'm like, "Am I just being a wuss?" I'm like, "No, this is no," because it's like a nerve issue.
Yeah.
It jumps from left to right,
Okay.
and it's like very annoying, and also kind of scary because I'm like, should I be doing this?
Yeah.
But this is so much fun. I don't want to stop. But should I? And there's some days that are great. And
Yeah.
some days that I'm like,
That's why it's hard to keep a specific training routine, because
Yeah.
I wake up and I'm like, all right, today I feel great. I'm going to do what I had planned. And then some days I wake up and I'm like, my hip says no, or my shoulder says no.
Yeah.
So we're going to alter. So I've been doing a lot of left-handed stuff just to give my right arm a break.
yeah.
And because it's good to have balance. So I'm like, okay, left hand, let's do it. I feel like I'm starting from scratch. Like day one juggling with
Yeah.
the left arm.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Same thing for me. Like, see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, because one day it could be just, I'm good, everything feels good, and then I'll pick up the kettlebell, and then like it comes back with it. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
But I was looking forward to do that combo that I just thought of, and it looks like so much fun. It's not happening.
Yeah.
So
But you gotta listen to your body.
it
so,
is,
yeah.
no, and it's something that like I tell my client like all the time, and I get mad at them. I'm like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Like you're complaining, and then like they leave, and then I'm complaining because I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to.
Yeah.
But it is a struggle, but it's also a challenge. It's a good challenge because then you start to keep learning.
Yeah.
Like, okay, even though this hurts or that hurts, there's other things that I can be doing.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've been telling myself a lot, and like just reminding myself, like, well, London is still a good better way.
Yeah.
We got time to work on stuff.
Yeah.
And the same thing that happened in Arizona is gonna happen over there. Something's gonna be in that
Yeah.
air that's gonna make me feel so good.
Well, I like, because you never know what could happen. Like you could get injured in the most random way, doing not even like me hitting my finger on a box jump and like taking my wrist out for a couple days. Like that's really random. So I told myself, even if something happens and I can't compete in London, I'm still going. Like even if I can't throw a kettlebell because I don't know, I smacked my head and legit broke a finger. It was like I'm still going. 'Cause I'm still want that energy, that community. I'm going to support everybody.
Yeah.
So for this, I don't care what I score anymore. It's fun, and I like the performance part of it.
Yeah.
Picking my music is as important to me as my program. And I just all of that together is like I just want to have a pretty performance, and if it scores well, great. Now with the 16, that was I just want to see if I can.
Yeah.
And then I did, and now I'm like, okay, well now I got to do better. Now I want to hit a 12-point program.
Yeah.
16, just to see if I can.
You can.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. It might kill me, but I'm gonna try because I'm stubborn.
One way or the other, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
That's one of the most proud moments of my life when I slammed that bell down, and I was like,
Yeah. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah.
yeah, it was great. I was crying.
Yeah.
I'm crying now.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Because, and then one thing that my fiance said, we all experienced, we all saw
Yeah.
it, was the support
Yeah,
that
it's
we all
insane.
gave, and the applause that we gave to every single one.
I was 1,000% feeding off that
Every
crowd.
time.
Yeah.
Like somebody went on, did something, it sounded like there was 1,000 people in that room.
Yeah.
You know, and then finish, and everybody was just like on top of that person.
Yeah.
You know, so that something that I hope we don't lose as it keeps growing
Yeah.
and it keeps getting bigger. Because I think it will, especially with us being, I think it's not that we all are far away and apart.
Yeah.
So we can like, whether we start our own or whatever, and I think it will, and it will grow.
Mhm.
Hope we don't lose that.
No, I don't think we will, because
know?
it takes us. I think if you come into kettlebell juggling, you're already a special kind of person. Because the sport is...
I am special. I tell myself every morning in the mirror.
You're already a different kind of person if you're drawn to kettlebell juggling. And I think that kind of person just like makes this community better and better and better. So I think it'll always be that way. It's similar in CrossFit. I mean, it's a pretty solid community now. I've done a lot of CrossFit competitions, and generally they're very positive, and everybody wants everybody to do better and great. There's always that, like, well, they should have been in a different division, or, you know, they should have done RX and not scale or something. There's always that kind of undertone in every CrossFit competition I've ever done. Both these competitions, I've not felt that, seen that, heard that at all. It's been nothing but 100% support and positivity from everybody. And it's been great. So.
Yeah, I did experience that a few times a long time ago, back when my body wasn't broken. I did a few CrossFit competition, and same thing.
There's always that.
You hear that, you know, or I even said it probably. I don't know.
Oh, I for sure did. I was like, what are you, why are you?
Yeah.
Like, I've done RX knowing I can't win. I can do all these movements. I cannot win this competition, but I'm not here to win it. I'm here to challenge myself. Right. And that's kind of how I do juggling. I don't care I'm here to challenge myself. And I do a pretty performance if I can. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's it. I feel like that's the right mentality.
Yeah.
You know, and just want to better yourself, but you gotta have fun.
Yeah.
You can't, you know, don't want to lose like you can't lose,
Yeah.
Because, you know, we started by seeing somebody and we're like, that's fun.
Whoa,
exactly.
Yeah.
That was the reaction of the first video that we saw. So as long as we keep that going, like, you know.
And there are some training days though that you've got that combo and you know you can do it, and then you just keep missing it. There's been a few slam the bell, and that's when I'm like, all right, time to walk away. Like, if I'm getting mad at the bell or myself, I'm done for the day. You're not gonna make any improvements with anger at all, or frustration. So
no, completely. Oh yeah, oh, I've done it so many times. They're like, I do talk to myself a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Oh, I get mad.
You know?
Some of my members see me and I'm words come out.
Yeah. I usually do juggling when there's like nobody here. That's just kind of how it lands on the day. Or I do like before class or whatever. So I don't think anybody has seen me like getting mad at the kettlebell.
Yeah.
Probably a good thing, right? But it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, and I feel like that's another thing that you have to learn the more you do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I tried it 10 times.
It's not there.
It's
today.
not there. Let's just come back.
Yeah.
Come back. So, you know, for me, it's not just doing those micro sessions or those like, okay, we're just doing this, and even having like a set of rounds or times that you're gonna try.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't happen. Okay, what's next?
I have to I'll cut myself off, and it's really good when I do it in the morning because I don't have a choice. I have to leave at a certain time so I can get to work. I have been late to my first appointment sometimes.
But I landed the combo, dude.
Like, look, I couldn't get it. I was trying, and I keep looking at the clock, and I'm like, all right, I got 5 more minutes before I have to, and then I'm like, well, if I don't take a shower, then I can just go straight up.
Closing the car. Okay,
I was like,
got time.
Okay, just okay. Well, my first appointment's only 10 minutes from now. I'm like consistently trying to barter with myself in time, but no. Now I'm getting better about cutting myself off at a certain time. Like, wait, you have 10 minutes to track this one thing.
Yeah.
And then you get what you get, and then move on to another thing. So now I'm trying to do like my drills first, and then a combo. Okay. And play with the combo, and then maybe do a little freestyle after, or on a lighter day, just do freestyle and just try things, see what happens. See, like behind the line catches behind my back. I don't know how y'all do it.
I've done it like 3 and that's it.
I can do the one sometimes, but like over the shoulder, like all that stuff. I try and I'm terrified to hit the back of my ankle, so I have taped cushions to the back of my ankle, just in case.
I'm not there yet, like.
I tried, I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah, no, like, I'm gonna stick with. Freestyle is gonna be the like just the fun, just to like kind of move. But I just really want to like drill the classical and just like perfect my previous routine, and then just build onto it, and then just kind of like make it more fun or grander, you know, and then hit and get that 16, hit and use the 16, and get to a point where I can do things more efficiently and not be. Right now, there's a little bit of fear because of what my body's doing right now. Yeah. I'm like, oh, should I be doing this heavy of a weight? I don't think it's time. Yeah. So I'm having to like kind of push myself back a little bit and like, all right, just stay with it, the 10 and the 12, and that's it. Like, just stay with it. Yeah. Be consistent with that and not get ahead and like, oh, now I gotta lay out for like a week. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, because I swear, like 2 days off and then you forget like your whole hands, everything. It's hard to come back. I mean, you can, and obviously, because we have to take time off eventually, but after 2 or 3 days and then you come back to it, it's like your body forgot. You have to talk it back into like, doing it.
Steph, I don't know what I'm doing. I forgot.
My hands forgot how to catch a ball.
What's the flip? Well, Natisha, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Being here.
It's
awesome.
just really good to talk to somebody about
that. I know, right? You're one of my own. Yes. Now, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing what you've done, how you started. You're awesome.
Thank you.
You are awesome.
You're spicy.
I'll take it. I'm gonna put it on a shirt.
I'm telling you, like that's the one word. Like everybody has a different style, and I don't have a good word for everybody. But I was like spicy. Spicy.
I'm gonna take it. For London, you know how we have to have the flag?
Yeah.
You say my name, it's just gonna be spicy.
Yeah.
That's it.
For sure.
Spicy and like a jalapeno next to it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Thank you,
my friend. Thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like, leave a comment, and there's more of this coming. You guys are gonna see everybody from the juggling world. Have a good one. Woo! All right. Let's go.